law, superhuman law, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to be talking about that, of course. And just want to let everybody know out there that there's going to be spoilers in this episode. So if you have not seen She-Hulk Attorney at Law episode 2, please go and watch that on Disney Plus before, of course, watching our episode here. So please watch it and then come back because we're going to have a lot of spoilers. So with that warning, let's go ahead and jump into it. So yeah, superhuman law. So we're going to get to the superhuman part of it in a little bit. But yeah, good old Jennifer Walters, she had a little bit of a predicament at the end of the first episode. That battle with Titania, and of course knocked her up against the wall and damaged the courtroom, and that didn't sit well with some of her partners at the law firm, and she kind of lost her job. So what did you guys think of that part? Carl, I'll start with you, man. What did you guys think?
I like the explanation that, their boss is like, no, you did the right thing. He's like, but it became a liability. It's going to be hard for you to do your job now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense. We didn't address that character again, which Titania, right?
Titania. Yeah. Titania.
I do hope they do, because that kind of just came out of nowhere, but we're going with Abomination.
Yeah. Emil Blonsky.
Yeah.
Blonsky. Yeah.
We'll get into that, but I'm a big fan. So.
Yeah. It's good stuff. So yeah, and we didn't get much of Banner in this episode. I think they're kind of getting rid of Banner. They're putting him to the side now, because obviously after she loses her job and she's looking for more jobs, and after she does get another job, she's on the phone with Banner for like 2 or 3 minutes, and you see him talking on the phone. You think, yeah, that's Carl's baby girl. So in the background, of course, she loves to watch She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. She wants to be an attorney in the future. So, but anyway, what I was trying to say is that she's talking to Banner on the phone, and you think he's in his laboratory, but then as he hangs up the phone, he's on the ship flying away. So, what did you think of that part, Burley?
I enjoyed that. It's nice to see they're paying that off from episode 1. But to go back to some stuff you were saying earlier, I love the scene of like them where she's just trying to get hired at all these different firms, and it just shows you, as someone I did work in a law firm for about 5 years, they are not wanting anyone controversial or anything like that, or anything that can cause them problems or that could screw with their cases. So It's like, yeah, you're a liability. We ain't taking you.
Yeah, and obviously she gets the job at the other law firm that was in the case that was from the first episode, and the head of the law firm's telling her that he wants her only as She-Hulk to come in and work, and to run this superhuman law part of the division of that law firm. So, Carl, what did you think of that part?
I like this scene that you're showing here. It's funny because he's like, "Oh, I want you to be She-Hulk," and she's like, "All right, okay, right now." And she's like, "All right." She just has to walk around. She takes off her shoes. You can see, and she's just barefoot, like walking around. Giant person.
Yeah.
I mean, and visually speaking, like, I think we can put to bed any ideas that this doesn't look good, because I'm sure if you nitpick it, it's not the perfect in every way, but man, it looks great. They did a great job.
Yeah,
I think it's more the more you get to know this actress, like it looks like the actress, which maybe you were not familiar with her going into this. And I mean Tatiana Maslany has been great so far.
Yeah. What did you think of the family element as she goes home and has dinner with her family? I mean, the brother, he's a weird one, man, and just at the dinner table, and then just throughout the episode. I mean, like at the end, like during the cut scene, you see her like with her bare fingers lifting up the car as he's trying to, change the tire or something like that, or work on the
Post
car. I mean,
credits. That was
yeah,
fun.
the post credits. What did you think of the family element of this? Burley, what did you think of that part?
I thought it was okay. Like I know, because this show is going for the more comedic in nature, and I love. As soon as she goes in, she's like, "Don't." The parents are like, "Don't worry, we told no one to really talk about it, about your firing and all that." As soon as she goes in the room, or I think it was like another cousin that says, "So you got fired?" You instantly
Was it
go
the
there, and
brother?
then
Cousin? Maybe it was the cousin. I don't remember.
I thought it was a
I don't know if it
cousin.
was a brother or not, or a cousin. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a typical family dynamic. I mean, I kind of expected, something like that. I did like that the father later. He's like, he's like, it's not the first time I've had to deal with the Hulk in the family. I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. It's widely known that Bruce Banner is the Hulk. So yeah, I'm like, I'm getting into that stuff.
So then, of course, later in the episode, the head of the firm wants her to take this case with Blonsky as Abomination, and she said, of course, there was a conflict of interest because obviously Blonsky and Abomination had tried to kill her cousin Bruce Banner, of course, as the Hulk. And but he's like, you should go and see him and talk to him, and then give me your answer. And she goes to talk to him and decides to take the case. And Carl, I want to ask you, in this episode, what was it that made her ultimately decide to take his case? I mean, what was Blonsky saying to her that convinced her to take the case?
Well, I like that Blonsky he's telling this angle of like, I was a good soldier and I was doing my job, and
with like a Captain America, they pumped me full of his super soldier serum. Yeah,
he makes a very good point. He's like, they gave me this experimental super soldier thing, and that's what messed with me, and that's why I ended up doing the things that I did. And maybe he's not wrong. He's not lying, right? But like, maybe he had more control than he implies. But he has a good case. He has a good argument there. And it's great that they're directly addressing the Incredible Hulk. And I think even the line that Bruce Banner has where he's like, I forgave him. He wrote me a poem. But then he's like, it's like, I was haiku. He's like, I was a totally different person back then. And figuratively, yes, but also literally, it was a different actor. So I think that was a good line.
Yeah. I love that part when she was in the prison there, and the guard just gives her the whole rundown and everything, and then she goes in there and like she steps real close to, she crosses the yellow line, and then that big red laser thing, comes up, freaks her out. I thought that was pretty cool.
Blonsky is of course like not, he's acting differently, and it's comedic, it's fun. It's I mean, again, it sort of makes sense. I guess he's become like, completely different. He's been through this whole experience, and now he's trying to like, get a life back.
Right. And then obviously we get the Shang Chi reference, because like at the end of the episode, it's like, he broke out of prison, and obviously because he's with Wong fighting in that arena type of combat or whatever as Abomination. So. Which when he was in the prison, he was telling her that no, I don't change into Abomination anymore. I've controlled that.
Yeah. Well, he says, I choose not to.
I choose not to. Yeah. Well, obviously he chose to become Abomination again to fight in Wong's network. Yeah. So.
Which I like that they're doing that, because it is a question that we had. We're directly addressing like, why did that happen? Why was he with Wong? What? Now we're gonna find out.
Yeah. So probably we'll get Wong in episode 3 for sure. So yeah. So Burley, any last thoughts on this episode? Yeah.
I'm still glad. One thing I must say is I'm glad that they still have Tim Roth being Abomination.
Yeah.
Because he is such a great actor, and like just in those talking moments, he's so chill and calm. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. Now we've seen the second episode. I like the flow of it. I like what's going on. Like we don't have like this like big sort of like, oh, this is gonna be the end of the world, or like, you know, there's this long overarching story that we have to deal with these events or whatnot. It's just like, no, like it's she's the Hulk, but she's a lawyer and she's got to do this. She lost her job. She got a new job. Yeah, she's got to take this case, and like we're just sort of following along like where her life's going, and it's not like there has to be some like grander idea to it all, which is great.
Right.
Let's hope. I kind of hope it doesn't really ever have to do that. You know,
Yeah.
maybe they can have like a more significant thing somewhere, but I don't really need it. I'm okay with it just being like this.
Yep. Just bring on Charlie Cox, man. Just bring on Daredevil. I can't wait to see Daredevil in this series.
He'll show up for sure.
Yeah, he's going to show
Yeah.
up, obviously. But I mean, what kind of relationship is he going to have with Jennifer Walters and, you know, and her character? It'll be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah. So please let us know in the comments, obviously, what you thought of episode 2 and what you think of course, Wong's play in all of this. Will we see him in episode 3, obviously? And, you know, just your general thoughts on episode 2. We'd love to hear from you all. And of course, if you enjoyed this episode of our She-Hulk episode 2 reactions video, please hit that like and the subscribe and the notification bell for when we drop a future episode. So we'd really appreciate that. So thank you so much. And we really appreciate any support. So thank you so much. So this has been our season 1 She-Hulk, of course, episode 2 review and reaction. So I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley of Burleman Gaming and Turn-Based Carl. We hope to catch you in our next episode of the Marvelous Marvel Discussion Arena, where we will be going over episode 3 of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Or Superhuman Law, we should say now. So take care, everyone. Peace out.